Well, we we walked, swam ashore, and came up onto the island there, and the third turtle was basically we had a crew room that we used to stay in, and there wasn't anything to do at night except if you wanted to go down to the bar, and of course they offered us. They didn't pay us much or pay me much for what I was doing, but the drinks were free, so we'd have a good time. And if we wanted to go to out on the town, we had one vehicle that was they let us use. It's an old rundown Willys Jeep. It was kind of fallen in half, but it ran. So we'd go down to to Wheeling, Blue Hills, and to see Belglade Parker, and he used to import what they call a monkey back. It's kind of like a Haitian moonshine. Yeah. So we'd go down there with our beers and stuff, and we'd sit down there with him in his little place. Everything was very dark back then because we had no power, no water, no nothing going on. So when you went down through the village, if there was a light anywhere, it was coming from a little kerosene light, and that was it, you know. And but every time dark came around, everybody closed their shutters, and that was it. Bottom line was that we had no airport officially. We had an old scratched out runway out there, and sometimes people would come in late, and we had a little unicom at the hotel, and with a speaker right there, actually above the bar, where in the office where you could hear it. So if somebody was coming in, like Dick Neff or I forgot her Undertaker's name. Anyway, uh, they would be calling, say we need lights, and of course that meant that one of us or all of us would get our head down to the airport and go down to the west end of the island of the airport and shine our lights down the runway, so they would have landing lights. And one of the characters that was Dick Neff and his wife Isabel, and she was even shorter than you. Very very small little lady, but her husband was in the plane and she was down here, so she had gone out to light the runway, and when he came in real low, a little too low, and thank God she was so short as she was, because he took the cab right off the top of the truck with his running gear, and basically she had a big gash in her shoulder and her neck and stuff. I mean, lucky to be alive. And at the time, we had some visitors here that were actually musicians that were visiting the third turtle. So they took her down to the nurses' quarter in Blue Hills down here. That's all we had for medical services back then. And they got her patched up, and she was okay. But that was that's how we got people on the ground.